guys, welcome back. And today we are starting off a little bit different place, I would say, as we are in a testing world I have made, where I've done a little bit of different bits and bobs. And at the moment, we are gonna figure out which wall we are going to build. We're gonna build a big wall. It's going to encase the whole of our base, and we need to decide what wall we think is best. And to be fair, after I built this one over here, the big one, I think the smaller one is more me. I don't know what it is. I think that's just it's too big. It doesn't fit, I think. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe we should use, you know what? Let's use this beneath our bridge. As this is the front gate, so we got a big thick wall there. And over at the rest of the area we can use the small one. I think that's a nice idea, so let's get in there and let's see what this will look like when we actually try to apply this in an environment which isn't flat. So that's gonna be interesting to look at. And we are back at something that we know, and that is always lovely. But there's a little difference, you can see. We got this rather janky ass looking stone circle hanging out of black. Oh god. Oh, we got this janky ass circle. And what is that, you might ask? That is the base of our guard towers. And we got one over there as well. And you know, we say, but it's hovering in the air. Yeah, but it won't be hovering in the future. I want to take that all the way down to where it hit the ground. So when you get into the bay down here, you'll have this giant, big ass tower looking down at you, scaring you, intimidating you. Yes, that's the plan of that. That's the plan of that. And we got the same thing over there, and it's lining up perfectly. So this is exactly 3 wide in the middle and 5 wide with the sides here, and that is just the size we need. And over here we got the 3 in the middle, which is the size of our wall. So that is just perfect. But the first thing we need to do is we need to clear out this not permanent wall, you know. And there is a risk of doing that. Those guys. We don't like them. We don't like them. So what we need to do is we need to ensure that when we take down these, for example, and put in like that, that no mobs can jump over that area. That's important, otherwise we might lose a villager or two. If we can avoid it, we definitely want to avoid it. So let me get cracking on that, and let's see what we can make. Come on, like that, thank you, that was nice of you. I think trying to actually make this look a little bit more built up, I think that's a good idea. So let's see. Let's see what that will look like. Just for the first area over here, I'm especially interested in when we're going to go down these slopes. That's gonna be interesting. So yeah, let's get cracking on that one. That's gonna be awesome. So far this is looking okay, I would say, but we have a problem ahead of us, I must admit. Oh, this is not a small feat to complete this thing, I must say. This is okay. It's simple. It's just a building on a flat floor. That's doable. That's not a big deal. But this huge mountain, we need to get down with this. We need to do it somewhat elegant if we can. So that's interesting. That should be fairly interesting to see whatever we could do with that. But I would say that what our biggest problem is of course we can just put like we have done with the logs, put just one big way down. But you know, I kind of want to make it follow the pattern as good as possible. But if we're going to decrease it with 1 block each time, then we'll end over in the forging area, and we don't want that either. So I think we got a bit of problem here. We got something that we need to figure out how we do. I would say that we actually got somewhat decent away with this. It is looking okay. The only thing which are a little bit busy in my eyes is actually this part down here. Maybe I'll just move that over by a block, but I actually think we got away with this really nice, and hope I need some torches, because the last little bit we need to do on that part is of course light it up. What good is a wall if the mobs is going to come in anyway, just by spawning on the wall? You see, that's not gonna work. That's just bad. So we got to do something about that, but otherwise I think this whole section from the base of the tower up there and down to this, I'm recording, down to this area over here where we want our bridge. Yes, we want our bridge going from the middle there. Whoops, bad idea. So yeah, now we just got that was what, water done or something. So that's pleasant. That's pleasant. This is taking forever. Yeah, big projects in Minecraft, you know. But it needs to be done, and when this is done, we can actually build the towers up top, and we build them. We are more or less done with the whole outer side of our base. Of course, we still need our little port down here. We need that port, and I need to. Whoops! Bad idea. Let's get over here. I don't want to get shut down from up here. That's gonna hurt. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. No, we need out there. I think we should make a. Wonderful. I think a good idea is to build some kind of lighthouse, just to point out that this is the entrance to the bay which we build our fort in. And of course we need the mage tower over here, but I think that should be all from the outside, and those projects can be done independently on the wall. So that's a big thing. Yeah, so let me start by placing in a little bit of torches here and there, so that we ensure that this area won't breathe any mobs. We need to make a wall, of course, at this point, but this wall is going to be just a little bit different, you know. First of all, we need to get our little ass up here. Oh my goodness, stop that. Just want to know why I'm lagging that much. Anyway, we need to start out with one. No, I need to think about it, because this is of course going to be the upper end of our little. There we go. Our little bridge, and our little. No, not a little bridge. A little. What do they call it? A little wall. There we go. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. Been a long day for me. Yeah, this is going to be the top end. And of course, we don't want mobs to be able to jump over this area up here. So what I think we should do is we say this is the top end. So, like that. We need to do it like that. And the same thing over here. And to do that, probably we need to do a little bit of terraforming. And let's see, like so. There we go. Much better. Because then we can put. No, wrong. There we go. Like that. You can see this is going to be the platform in the middle where we will walk. And what I will try to do is, if I can get up here, is of course to do this and put the same old of these kind of walls again. Then nothing can jump over this. So that's wonderful. But of course, we have a slope here, and this slope is going to be a little bit difficult to cope with. So what I think we should do is we should add a steady slope, just a little bit steady slope, all the way down with just one each time. That is also a good idea when I want to later on build this kind of railway system going back and forth, where other guard, except for that guard, the other guard will go back and forth down here. So I need to make sure that this is only one down each time, and that can be a little bit tricky, because as you see now, if we just say, okay, then we need that one there, and then we need that one there, no, like that, you can see there's a problem here. Mobs can jump over there. We don't want that. We don't want mobs in here. That is a mob-proof area. But that is basically the idea. So we need to terraform a lot on this side, all the way down, and probably as well over there. But you know what? Let me get this wall going, and it's, as you can see, this is the pattern we're going with. Let me get this going, and we can take a look at when it's done, because we need to do something very important today, and that is the guard tower. Or the gate tower, whatever you want to call it. Are you ready? Are you ready? There we go. Aha! This is now the Great Wall, which we will try to penetrate at some point, but we can't. It's a great big wall. And it's the wall which we, of course, will build our gate into. And that is what we're going to do now. But the first thing we need to do, we need to decide where this gate needs to go. And you can say, one of the things you could do, you could put it in the middle. Say, up, that's the middle, that is where the gate goes. The problem with that is, if we take a look outside, yep, up, the middle is somewhere like here. More or less like, let's just do it like that. There, that's the middle. And as far as I can say, that's a little bit squeezed in between everything. I don't mind that. I don't mind this little mountainside we got here. I think it's cool. And I think this asymmetry we could actually get if we put our gate tower somewhere along over here, a little bit off-centered. I think that could be cool. And a little bit of story. When you then get inside in this area, you say, oh, we're going to take over this castle and this village. Gonna break the gate. When you just come in here and you just like, oh, you can't get this. Is going to be a little bit terraformed to go. You see, you can't get this way up here. You have to get all the way around it, this way around, which means the defender can't stand here and shoot down on intruders there. You can have guards up there, you can have guards up there, you can have guards up there, and the footmen will all then come at this point, come charging into this little bottleneck that the enemy troops will be put in. And I think that's a nice thing. I actually think that's a nice thing. So I think we should put it a little bit off-center according to the bridge. Next problem. We need to build this thing. We need to make sure that this guard tower is actually looking pretty nice. And yes, and funky. And everything else we like to make it do. And one of the things wait a minute, just a second, guys. Let's just. Was that better? Just a little bit. I got a little bit more frames on that. I don't hope you mind. You don't hope you mind. Anyway, my idea is we need a grand gate, really grand gate. But in the center, we only want these two areas. This is the place that you would walk through, and this is the only place that you could get through. And my idea of that is we want some kind of little like that. And let's just do it like that. This is the area you will get into, and you can only walk through. But what I think we should do on the outside here, we should try and make it grand, real grand. So if we want a 2 in the middle, then of course we need 2 on each side, I would say. So the corner or the wall is somewhere over here. And this is annoying. Let's get that away. And you, get away. You're in my way, you little thing. And you're gonna shovel up the boat. So this is the size of our gate. You can see that's going to be a pretty huge gate, and I don't mind that. I think that's cool. But what we want to do is then we want to let's see, what do we want? We want I'm annoyed that I do not have a shovel. Anyway, we can make it work. We can make it work. So the opening will be at this point. We'll have this big opening here. And then we will have this wall in the middle over here, like that. But before that, we want some kind of slope. I think that's the right way to say it. So if we build up like this, just build up a little bit of depth. Go. And on the other side as well, just like that. I would say that we should have at least something like this and that and this and the same thing over here. This, that, and this. Yeah, you see that? In this way you are coming over to a big open square, which are then a bit overhang, and you get into this kind of room, and then you're going through the gate. And the reason we want a little bit choke point like this is because it's the enemy. We don't want our enemies to run rampant across our lands. So what do? Of course, we make it a little bit more difficult for him to run rampant across our land. And one way of doing it is, of course, to make it difficult for him to get through the gate. And that is what we are doing at the moment. So that's the idea. I know it's a little bit rough. You probably got a little bit difficult times of actually figuring out what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, and that's okay. I don't know either. I don't know. But yeah, let me try and put down some blocks. You can see I got some iron bars, some spruce, some stone. Let me try and make something which hopefully could make a little bit more sense than my rambling. So we can have a little bit more balanced discussion about this. Look at that. That is amazing, I must say. Yeah, of course it's not done. We need the inside. But I really like it. I really like it. I think this is looking so awesome, man. This is really a nice gate tower. Let's grab a little bit of height. Like that. Yeah. And I think it has been tied well into the bridge and the whole wall here. I think that's nice. I really think let's get over here just a little bit. Yeah. It's big, it's scary, it's got this kind of chain. I don't know what you call it, but a little bit of chainy feel about it, with a little bit of decoration. I just think it's awesome. And then of course we've got this plateau at top where we can have our archers ready to. Am I lagging or what? Oh, there we go. So that's... Oh, I really think this is awesome. It's much better than I hoped, actually. That's awesome, man. Oh, what a feel. What a feel. Next thing we need to do, we need to get the inside of this done. And we need to choose a design where we can have a piston extension here in the middle. Like there, there and there. That is our wall. We need to build something around it. So that's the... Let's see. What? Like that. And we actually got a lot of space to work with. I think that's nice. Because if we do like this, like that, you see, that is looking nice. I think that's the gate you're going through. The only problem with that is how do we power this? We need to power it with redstone, and the moment we can't power it with like that, that's a problem. We need to figure that out, but you know, we got a lot of space to work with. And I'm confident we can find something out there. With a double piston extension or something like that. But let me get to check up on a bit of different ideas for this. Because when you get the whole redstone in place and know this is where the redstone is going, it's much easier to build around it. And I would say I'm confident we got enough room for that. I'm pretty sure with that. But let me just get... I can't. Okay, cannot. Like that, like so. Let's just put a little bit of light on top here. We don't want anything to spawn in here. Definitely don't want anything to spawn in here. A lot of torches like that. So yeah, let me get looking on a little bit of different designs for this piston door. But damn, this is looking awesome, man. Oh, I'm so glad about that. Really, really good, I think. Really good. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Yeah, let me get looking at that and let's see what we should do, and let's get into a little bit of redstone. We got a lot of things done at the moment, guys, but the one and most important thing, that's the one which is the next thing we need to do. And the next thing we need to do, you might ask, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking. Oh, no. I have done a little bit of work down here, I would say. Just a tiny bit, I have built in the walls all the way inside our gate tower. And I have also filled in the pistons and the gate itself. The only problem, I would say, is this is kind of tricky. I must admit, kind of tricky for me to actually... we need to do like that. To figure out how I'm going to do this redstone so it works. Bloop. Wonderful. Because we got a problem. We don't have much space. That's one thing. I knew that when I decided to do this. Now, we got another problem. If I push this button and say, I want to turn things on. That's okay, that's okay. Only problem with that is if I do the same on the other side. You know, what I thought to do was to have two kind of, you can say, torches in here like that. And that would activate both of them. And that's cool, that's cool. And then go there, you push it and you walk through. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. No problem with that one, I must admit. If I put a torch on the other side as well, boop, I need to turn both of them on at the same time. And I can't do that. So I thought, why don't I just push down our, our redstone line somewhere down here, and push them. One of them will turn off the torches, but will push this pistons across. And well, I can't figure out how I need to do that when I want to activate that block, because if I put redstone on top of a block here, it will activate the pistons. I'm not sure what to do. I think we should turn it around so it get retracted up and down, maybe. That could work, Let me try and put that together and see what we can come up with. And it did manage me to turn them around, as you can see. And I would say I like it. I like it. There is, of course, a little bit of work we need to do. We need to decorate this thing. I have tore down all the other things we made, but we can't leave it like this. This is just a mess. And yeah, the redstone isn't that compact, but you know, I don't mind. I do not mind. And furthermore, I'm not that good with redstone anyway, so I'm just like, you know, it's working. It's working. That's the most important bit. So we need to get a little bit of work done here. We need to find out how we decorate this thing to ensure that it's looking just a little bit probably good. Probably good. It's me who's building, so who knows? Who knows how it will go? Just a moment. Delicious tea. Anyway, we need to figure something out here. What do we do? You know what? Let's just put that way, do it like that, and do it like that. I like that. I like that. Only problem now, we need to put redstone on top of that block again. And I can't reach. Wonderful. There we go. Yeah, the basic is both of the button runs into the same line, which run into a downward facing piston, which puts a red block redstone block down, which activates the whole system down here and transport up and around and up to that block, which but power this piston as well. Nice and simple, but I had a little problem with only one wide gap, as redstone can run down on half slabs, so that was a little bit tricky. But you know what, we got it done, we got it done, so that's the most important thing. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'm doing at the moment though. I am adding in a little bit of that, and I think we should have some kind of curve above us. But how we do that? That's a good question, because for some reason I don't think we should do too much to it. Like that maybe? And then I need some stairs. Move. Thank you. Like that and like that. That and that. And then maybe, yeah, we can make it follow that one there. That's nice, that's nice. Like that. I like that, I like that. I think this is actually looking pretty nice. And I made a new excavator, because I was tired of not having a shovel to work with. So I found out the best... damn it. I found the best enchanted book and had made it little new shovel, so we can do whatever we need to do with this dirt everywhere. And we need to do a lot. I must admit, we need to do a lot. Anyway, I do think this is good, so maybe we just add a little bit of lighting up inside this area, and then we are actually done. So let's just grab the last thing we need to do, and that is actually just copy it. Copy the goddamn thing on the other side. Like that. And like that. There we go. And we need to put a button on that one, and we need to put redstone on top of that block as well. Otherwise we can't open our door from the outer side, and that would be bad. That would generally be bad. So we need that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. And what did we put a block on top of those, didn't we? Like that. And like come on. There. And then we did it like this, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Oh my goodness, this is good. This is good. This is good. So guys, I think that was all for today. I think it's been a pretty long one, probably. I have no idea how long this has taken me. But yeah, I like it. I like it. It feels a little bit rough, and that's a good thing, I would say. The only problem is the wooden button is just a little bit too visible. But you know, it's a wooden button. It's the one with the longest pulse when you push it, so yeah. And yeah, I will put in some lamp or something up there. So yeah, that was it. That was it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this episode, and I will see you sooner or later.